Deception is not about trick shots. It's about making every shot look exactly the same. In this video, Olympian Toby Ng is going to break down exactly how to do this so that your opponent's feet are glued to the floor.
The first thing about deception that we need to learn, and I was talking to Toby, is deception through delayed shots.
Deception overall is like breaking the expectation of your opponent. So it just means changing the timing. The easiest way is just to delay your shot.
So how do we show this? How do we try it?
We'll just throw you some shots,
Okay.
hit them normally, and then just hit them a bit later. Wow. Okay, you go.
Okay.
Right? And then late. Right? And then, oh, good shot. Late. Normal. Normal. Yeah.
Okay. Your normal is neutral.
Yep.
I thought neutral was supposed to be earliest contact point.
That would kind of go into step 2.
So step 2, I'm imagining that is accelerating.
Yeah, so this is where it's different. This is more of a matter of style. So for me, I like to have a neutral position where I hit everything, because from a neutral position, I can sometimes take it early or I can delay.
What's the advantage of doing neutral to go early or delay instead of going early into neutral or delay?
Because you can't always get to early. Because the idea is if you always take it early, then you can't catch people off guard if they're anticipating your earliest shot.
Okay, show us what your earlier looks like.
Right, so this kind of normal. Right, normal, drop. This is delay, right? Delay, delay, right? Delay. Early. Delay. Early.
Okay, can I give it a try?
Okay. Let's try it this way. So I want you to try hit 5 shots neutral, then 5 shots like very exaggerated slow,
Okay,
and then 5 shots early.
okay. So neutral, 1, 5, now delay. Delay, now early. Early. Okay, I felt the timing difference myself. It was a big change actually.
Yeah, so because I have experience playing, like I'm trained to be able to make timing, right? So that's why like I can kind of get to the shots okay, because I can change the timing to match with you. I also know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I mean don't tell your opponent what you're doing. It's just not a good idea. However, I can tell that the timing of my footwork had to change. It's very different. So it's like moving differently. So imagine if you could change up just that pace
Right.
in like a game in like full court. Then that would actually do a lot of damage in terms of like I'd be really struggling to get everything back.
Right. Decision making on the timing of our deception. Is there a way to approach this?
Right? So you're training with someone and then it's your turn to feed. A lot of people just throw that away. It's like, I just have to hit stuff, right? But this is actually a very good chance to practice your timing. So you're actually training when you're feeding someone else.
Right. I want to see, I'm curious, if we play like either half court box or half court singles, how do you apply this in a point? That's what I'm curious about.
That depends on your opponent, right? Again, if they're good with their movements, right, then again, it depends. Like if they're a really fast player, then you want to delay, right? If they're a slow player, then maybe you want to increase the pace.
So let's try this. We're going to play half court singles. You don't tell me what your approach is. You tell just the camera. I'm going to go on the other side, and then let's play a few points with whatever your approach is and see how that affects me.
Okay, so I'm probably going to start off neutral, right? And then increase the pace a bit, and then every now and then I'll do the slow drop, because delaying and dropping is better than delaying and clearing.
Okay, I can feel my timing was set very off.
Let's try everything early, and then we'll try and go slow at the end.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna guess what you did. The second time I could feel you're hitting everything earlier.
Yeah.
The first time, I don't know, was it more varied or were you doing delay more?
No, it was correct. The beginning I said I'll do a bit more neutral, and then I'm going to delay a little bit, and then maybe one or two fast. But realistically though, like it changes depending on what you hit, right? So I can't always, because if I'm a bit late to the shot, then my options are quite limited, right? So that's why I was saying, like, if I'm late and you're trying to take it early because you want to use that as some kind of deception, then that doesn't make so much sense. So let's say if I'm a bit late, that means I maybe at best be neutral, or I can be late even later, right? So I can only be early if I'm in position. So that hopefully gives a better framework of how you decide from the three things versus just really early or really delayed.
So it's more like offensive versus recovery or setup.
Yeah, because the thing is with deception, it depends also on your opponent. So if your opponent isn't doing certain things, then you may not have the same option.
I think it's mainly how you decide. From what I was feeling is you have to know what your opponent's timing is currently and not give them that timing.
Yes, so again, deception is just trying to break your opponent's timing and not so much of the fancy shots that we usually see, which would be our bonus, right?
We have one more bonus tip in deception, which is exaggeration.
This is more on efficacy, right? If you can make it work, then
we should exaggerate?
I would say you can try things, but if they don't work, then you should probably not.
So how would we exaggerate?
So like one of my favorite double motion shots is when I come forward and it looks like I'm going to spin, but I deliberately go past the shot. And then because my grip is relaxed, then I can squeeze and I can lift.
And why is that an exaggeration?
Because it looks like a spin and actually a double motion because I'm in one and then two.
Okay, what are the other ways of exaggeration?
I can kind of come in here and then I can lean back and then play.
Which is also a double motion.
It could be.
Okay, so it seems like what you mean by exaggeration is double motion.
Well, I mean, you can do like a triple motion.
Okay, so what you mean by exaggeration is more than one motion.
That would, yeah, okay.
I think at lower levels, exaggeration just means how much you vary in your swing. But at higher levels, exaggeration means how quickly you can change this smaller area.
I think that's fair.
It's fair.
So here's what it looks like, right? So I come in here, right? So it looks like a spin, right? And then a lift, right? I can cross, right? I can do different things, right? Right? Cross, right? Or change, right? So again, it is delaying the timing most of the time, but it's like you're adding something else on top of it, which is technically unnecessary. But
this only works once in a while, because once you start exaggerating, no matter what, your swing gets bigger and slower. So it only works when they're not very prepared for it. You can't do it on every shot.
What I have to do is actually hit a spin sometimes that way. If I never hit a spin, that means I'm only hitting everything late.
Right. So it's also deception through variety, which you also talk about. Okay. So that was a masterclass on how to do deception the cooked way. If you want to learn how to not get decepted, what's the right word for that? Not get
cooked.
Not get cooked? But no, they want to be cooked.
Okay.
They don't want to be dead.